Catching Momentum. Maia Sharp's Poetic Reckoning. By Brian D'Ambrosio. On the surface, Maia Sharp's songs sound effortless, phrases that float with conversational ease, melodies that feel inevitable once you've heard them. But ease is an illusion, the heart of her craft is wrestling with uncertainty. For Sharp, every song is both a mirror and a map, a way of testing her own truths against the larger, shifting world. I've always tried to find that line right at the intersection of confidence and humility, she said. And it hasn't always been easy. But I've pushed myself through the songwriting. It's how I find out who I am. That pursuit, part excavation, part surrender, has defined her decades-long career. Across 10 albums and countless collaborations, Sharp has favored questions over answers, inviting listeners not to follow her lead but to walk beside her in the search. I know I've been careful over the years to not sound like I think I have the answers, she added. But, like, hey, let's all look for the answer, period. That just feels more relatable, more universal. The storm before the calm. When Sharp left California after decades, trading the dry light of Los Angeles for Nashville's humid thrum, she stepped into a kind of free fall. She had dissolved a 21-year marriage, left behind a community she once thought permanent, and entered a city that hums with ambition and competition. It could have swallowed her. Instead, it became a proving ground. Her 2021 record Mercy Rising sounded like someone writing from the center of the cyclone. So much of that album was written from the eye of the storm, she remembered. The upheaval was self-imposed, but it was still, what have I done? Everything was uncertain. The songs carried that vertigo. Equal parts exhilaration and ache, the sound of someone remapping her own life. By 2023's Reckless Thoughts, the ground had steadied, though not without its scars. She had survived an actual tornado, weathered a brutal bout of COVID that left her winded for weeks, and found a rhythm in her new city. The songs shifted in tone. Less panicked, more contemplative, like journal entries written in the pause after a storm has passed. That record felt calmer, maybe a little wiser, Sharp said. But still absolutely en route. The single, Old Dreams, captured that pivot, its refrain a revelation. What I want is ever changing, and that's okay. There's no real arrival, Sharp said. And I love that. Tomboy, the next chapter. Her newest release, Tomboy, September 12, 2025, is the most playful and raw of the bunch. It brims with percussive energy, an insistence on rhythm and motion, even as its lyrics look backward. I wanted to keep it percussive, not slick or perfect, Sharp said. The fun I had showed up in this album, and I want to keep bringing that out. The title track rewinds to childhood, where Sharp, at 5 years old, walked into a strip mall hair salon and pointed not at the girl styles taped to the wall but at Chachi's feathered cut from Happy Days. I knew what I wanted, she recalled. And fortunately, my parents were awesome. They never forced me into dresses. They let me be me. That defiance became its own kind of identity. A girl on the baseball team, short-haired, mistaken for a boy but unbothered. Looking back now, Sharp marvels at that child's quiet conviction. She was kind of a badass, she said. She knew who she was long before I did. On Tomboy, that kid meets the woman in her 50s who has weathered storms and found her footing in art. Together, they create a record that is as much a celebration of self as it is a continuation of the lifelong search. To read the full article, visit Brian D'Ambrosio's Substack or at Americana Highways.